Hey guys, VG's Junebug here. I decided to make a Diddy Kong guide in Project M for version 3.5 and 3.6. This is my first real attempt at a video guide and I'd like to make more content, so let me know if you're interested and what I can do to improve and whatnot. But without further ado, let's get started. I'm gonna divide this section into this video guide into a few different sections. I'll have them listed in the info for this video and hopefully the annotations as well. So, welcome to this Diddy Kong guide. By the end of this guide, hopefully you understand how strong of a character Diddy Kong is in Project M. And let's start by going over his character. We'll go over some pros and cons. So, pros. He's a small, fast character with projectiles. That tends to be good in Smash games, whether it be Spaceys or Puff. Puff doesn't have projectile, she's small. Or Pikachu. Basically smaller hurtbox and fast movement speed, always a plus. He's extremely versatile. Not only does he have great movement speed, he has good aerials, some amazing projectiles, probably some of the best in the game. So, and he can be played pretty offensively and pretty defensively. Well, that was pretty offensive. But defensive would be hiding behind these things. He has tons of edge guarding options due to all of his tools. Aerials, projectiles, bananas. It's really tricky recovering against Diddy Kong. And to make it even worse, he has an amazing recovery as well. Worse for people fighting him. It's not bad for Diddy Kong that he has an amazing recovery. He benefits a lot from large open stages as well, and there tend to be a lot of those in PM, whether it be PS2, Distant Planet, Smashville, and Diddy Kong does well on a lot of these stages. He also does well in flat stages, because it allows the bananas and peanuts to control a more, basically, Diddy Kong zones, are very conducive to that flat area. I'll go over it more at a later section in this guide. Amazing stage control. Probably some of the best in the game. He has his projectiles, the good range of the aerials, and I mean, command grabs. He really has it all in terms of versatility on the stage. All of his throws are DI traps. So if you DI down throw right, you get set up for a back throw. DI up throw right, you get set up for forward throw. That's pretty much the gist of what that means. So now you know why Diddy Kong's a good character in a few sentences. Now let's go over why some of his character flaws, why he's not the best character in the game. He has no disjoint, which means he can struggle against characters with good hitboxes like Peach, or disjointed hitboxes like Marth or Roy. So when you're up close against those guys, you gotta be wary of the sword coming out and beating your hitbox, or clanking. He has trouble killing. Diddy Kong doesn't kill as easy as some of the other characters. His main killing moves are either your combos or your forward smash and down smash. And those, I mean, you can link them with bananas, but it's pretty hard to link, especially if somebody knows how to deal with bananas. So you're mostly going to be comboing and edge guarding for your kills. So, turbo killing, he's very susceptible to CCs. While all of his aerials have good range, if you don't space them correctly, you're just gonna get CC down smashed. CC, of course, means crouch cancel. So characters like Peach, Rob, Mario, anybody with a strong CC option. Most characters really can catch Diddy's close range aerials with that stuff. He doesn't have a shine that he can just mash afterwards. He does have jab pressure, but that could get crouch canceled too. But we'll get more into his offensive kit later as well. And he's a semi-fast faller, so Diddy, he has all these tools on stage, but if you hit him, you can probably kill him because he's one of the easiest ways to combo in the game. So, yeah, those are the pros and cons of Diddy Kong. So let's get into his neutral game a little bit. So Diddy Kong's a pretty unique character in that he has a very tool-oriented playstyles. Yeah, he has solid aerials, but a lot of his play is gonna depend on how you use his bananas and peanuts. So he excels at converting off grabs and controlling space with his projectiles. So right now I converted off this grab into a forward air. And this kind of projectile wall with bananas, peanuts, and my aerials controls a lot of the stage. So his zones of control, we have obviously right in front of him, behind him, very strong range throughout, but also he controls horizontal space very well. These peanuts, they can go low, they can go high. They cover off that mid-range and mid-range game very well, and can cover short hops and other such things. And of course the banana, which banana is pretty much, you can think of it as a combo breaker plus combo extender. What I mean by that is wherever banana is on the stage, that's kind of like a zone of control. Like unless your opponent wave dashes over it, he's not going to be contesting that space. Or AGTs it or something. Whatever he does, unless your opponent gains control of the banana, he can't really contest that space. So Diddy Kong has a really easy time establishing stage control because of this. So the banana is an item that will trip an opponent when thrown or walked over, causing either a free follow-up or a tech chase. So this CPU is not teching, so I just get the free follow-up. So it's definitely one of the best projectiles in the game. You can wave dash over bananas to pick them up, and then utilize the glide toss to pressure your opponent or set up tech chases. Even if they shield the banana, you're putting on mad pressure on your opponent. If it bounces off their shield and lands right in front of them, they're thinking, oh, okay, now I just can't move in front of me. If he wave dashes in front of him and then you're coming out with an attack right after you throw the banana, he's gonna get hit. Basically, it either causes a combo or forces your opponent to eat a mix-up if he's on the same grounded level of you. So it can be used aggressively, like as shown here with glide tosses, and glide tosses are used by basically rolling and then canceling your roll with an item toss. So it can be used aggressively, kind of tossing the banana at your opponents, and defensively, like Z dropping it in an area of space, controlling it, glide tossing down and back. Yeah. There are a lot of banana mix-ups. So, peanuts in combinations with bananas become some of the deadliest projectile combos in the game. I call this one the Soul Fist. because banana, this peanut gun can be cancelled with air dodge, you can aerial glide toss afterwards. So you can get peanut banana quickly in succession. And that is an amazing defensive wall, offensive wall. It's just amazing, is what it is. See, that confirmed. Banana, peanut, forward air, up throw, forward air, dead. So, it's a relatively slow projectile. It gets clanked out, or straight out beaten by hitboxes. But it's really good for checking your opponent and just kind of controlling this mid-range game. You won't be able to punish it from this range. Against aggressive opponents, opponents that are in your face, you won't be able to peanut much. But against those defensive opponents, peanuts becomes really important. And aerial opponents. So your short op peanuts are good for covering a lot of grounded approaches, while your aerial peanuts are really good for covering aerial approaches. Notice what I did there. I shot a peanut and then I wave landed because I can air dodge out of the peanut shot, and then I wave dashed over the peanut as it was falling to the ground to catch the peanut. Now I have a peanut in my hand and I can do the soul fist thing with the peanut. It's not as useful as the banana peanut, but it's still pretty cool. Because of your access to bananas and projectiles, you'll get control of center stage pretty easily. Use this to your advantage, kind of force your opponent off, use your DI mix-ups well, and, you know, Diddy Kong. Yep. So, I guess we can go over his, moveset real quick. Oh, aerial glide tossing, by the way. This is when you pretty much air dodge in one of the 8 cardinal directions, but you cancel the air dodge with the item toss. So you pretty much move this wherever. And it's really good for, you can use it to come down, set up a projectile like behind you, set up a mix-up. Let's kill this guy real quick. It's really nice for mixing up your opponent. Alright, so that's the end of his overview. Let's talk about his movement. So we already talked about glide tossing. Let's talk about his dash dance. Diddy Kong dash is pretty good. It's relatively fast. He has a nice movement speed, nice wave dash. Covers a decent amount of range. He has an amazing waveland actually. Like if you do the perfect one, it's like Ganon level waveland. Look at that. So this is really good for baits, something I've been trying to work into my play lately. Like suddenly you're back at center stage. You're pressuring your opponent right here, and now you're back at center stage and you got all the control in the world. So you have your different types of glide tossing. Glide tossing is really nice because when you have this banana in your shield, or banana in hand, you're threatening it at any time. Any time out of this dash dance, any time out of your aerial mobility, and it's really useful for both defense and offense. Yeah, that pretty much covers most of his movement options. Dash attack is actually a pretty solid movement option. It has very little landing lag, or end lag, and it can cross up opponents really easily. It also can be used off the stage or off of platforms, and then it has like next to no ending lag. Alright, so that's movement. Let's talk about his offensive game. I'll cover his grounded approaches first. So Diddy Kong's jab is pretty good. It's kind of like a weak Falcon Gentleman. At lower percents, it's gonna get crouch canceled. Probably won't set up for anything. Might even get you punished. I mean, especially if it gets crouch canceled. But higher percents, it can lead to a tech chase or a follow-up, depending on how they DI. Forward tilt, it has decent range, decent knockback. Not really useful in its grounded moveset, so not gonna talk about it. Down tilt is really nice. Think of it as like a non-disjointed down tilt, or a Pikachu down tilt, even. It's a very good poke. Comes out very fast, and it can set up for combos at later percents. See, down tilt into forward air. I think Diddy Kong has something similar to that in Smash 4. So, as I was saying, all of his grabs are great. His up throw is a combo throw on most fast fallers and semi-fast fallers. Okay, and his down throw is also a combo throw. Keep in mind, these throws don't combo if they DI away, but like I said, if they DI away, then they can get forward thrown and back thrown. So, oh yeah, dash attack. Dash attack is a really good move for kind of catching those dash dance can't be opponents staying on one side of the stage. Kind of just dash dance into their zone and then disrupt their space. It's really tricky because Diddy Kong players, a lot of them will just like sit behind this wall, so when they come dash attacking in, it catches a lot of opponents off guard. So those are most of his grounded approaches, and of course you have the peanuts. And oh yeah, side B. I guess this kinda counts. This goes into aerial approaches, but side B. Side B is his kick flip. If you don't press a button, it is a command grab. And this command grab is pretty solid. At most percents, you'll get a follow-up out of it. Yeah, that was a weak follow-up. But even at 0, I would get an up air. So that's good if somebody's shielding too much. Also, if they're off the stage and you need to like spike them. Yeah, the downward version. Instead of pressing A after the command grab, you'd press up, and you get this meteor. If you hold B or press A, then you'll get this kick version. It's kind of good for like disrupting space. Doesn't really combo. Maybe like use as a combo ender if like you can't get anything else, or just like a get off me move. You can edge cancel it. It's kind of cool. Oh, I missed it. It's hard. Yeah. So yeah, you can shorten these. You just kind of hold back as you. So this is the normal one, no shorten, and this is the shortened one. You hold back, and depending on how much you hold back, the stronger the shorten will be. Either the kick or the flip version. So let's talk about his. We already talked about peanuts. Peanuts are really good for covering those grounded approach. Not really covering them, just kind of checking grounded approaches and movement. Aerials, forward air. Diddy Kong's feet are so like. Look at this hitbox. Oh wait. All right. Yeah. There we go. Such a juicy hitbox. It's usually used as a spacing tool, and sometimes a kill move. Like I like to shuffle forward air into people, and like depending on if they shield, if they don't shield, I get a follow up or a mix up, and if they do shield, I get a free mix up on their shield. Let's talk about. After this, we'll talk about Diddy Kong's shield mix-ups. Or after I cover all of his approaches, I'll talk about his mix-ups and shield. So we have Bear. Another really good range move. Comes out really quick. Kind of wall out with these. Shoutouts to Seagull Joe. Grounded approaches, I guess you could say down smash. Down smash is kind of like a, you don't want to use it too often, it's kind of laggy, but I mean if you know somebody's going to be somewhere, or if you can link into it, down smash is a pretty good option. And same with forward smash. Alright, so forward air and back air, very good for spacing. Can either lead to combos or mix-ups. Nair is kind of like Pikachu's Nair. You want to use it to cross up your opponent, and it sets up for combos really well. It sends him straight up. His hitbox is all of his hands. And down air is pretty much the same as Nair in terms of like where it sends people. But it has a nice downward hitbox instead. It's not really the best for approaching. Like you'd use Nair, like running in and after a peanut, or. But down air is mainly for like tech chase reads, or like. Combos. So now we're gonna talk about Diddy Kong's mix-up game on Shield. Like, let's say we kind of covered bananas before. So let's say I throw a banana at somebody's shield. They have a set amount of options. And me as a Diddy Kong player, I kind of have to watch what they like to do out of shield. Do they like to wave dash back? Do they like to attack out of shield? Do they like to attack out of shield? Do they like to roll? And after I throw that banana, I kind of take data. And that's really important, because you're going to get a lot of mix-up opportunities. And you have to catch on to what your opponent will want to do in terms of his defensive options. For his forward air and back air, you want to shuffle them on shield. And you can either dash away afterwards and make yourself safe. Bait a shield grab, maybe. Or go for a mix-up on their shield. Like with a jab or a down tilt. And Nair can kind of be used in the same way, but you usually want to cross up with it. And make sure to do all these aerials late. You can do early aerials if you think they're going to short up approach, because Diddy Kong's aerial priority is kind of insane. Can catch a lot of approaches with this. But in general, you want to do late aerials so you can get the max amount of offensive pressure. So Nair can go into jab or down tilt. Down tilt's a pretty solid one to kind of test shields. It's pretty safe. I'll give him the clap and then run dash back, or give him the clap and then short hop backwards forward air. Retreating forward air is a really good tool for Diddy Kong, just because it covers so much range. And retreating back air as well. Dash attack, I mean, if you cross them up and they start getting the punish, then maybe not dash attack so much. But otherwise, it's a pretty good mix-up. A lot of people are going to be caught off guard by it. Alright, so that's his offensive moveset. Let's cover his defense. So, Diddy Kong... So, wait. Offense again. You throw peanuts, bananas. Wait to see what they do out of shield. And then, like, mix them up accordingly. You can put on a lot of pressure. You don't even have to mix up their shield. You can just make sure they don't move. But, definitely take note of their out of shield options. Now, defense. So, Diddy Kong actually has some solid defensive options, in addition to this banana, which is kind of a combo breaker and stage controller. Like, if I'm holding this banana and I get comboed, if I get hit, I might randomly drop it, and that's the end of my opponent's combo right there. And if they walk into it while they're doing a combo, then that's also the end of their combo. So that's kind of a great option there. Peanut, very good for checking, walling out. His out of shield options, will you have a wave dash out of shield, obviously, and roll, kind of like the get off me, like for spacey pressure and whatnot. Then for pressure that isn't too tight, you can get out with Nair out of shield. Nair out of shield is really fast, and it has the added benefit of setting your opponent up for a combo. Same thing with up smash out of shield. It's really fast behind Diddy. The screen's too big. Same with up smash out of his shield. It's behind Diddy. It's very fast. But yeah, those are pretty much his good defensive. Oh yeah, and then you can kind of hide behind bananas, like run up, dash dance a bit, and then glide toss banana down back. It's like a wave dash back, except you have a banana in front of you. It's double coverage. So yeah. Let's go to Diddy Kong combos. I've kind of been doing a lot of combos as I explain this stuff. So my bad, guys. But I think seeing the combos in action might help a lot of people too. So all of Diddy Kong's combos are kind of ridiculous. We have his throws, which obviously, not obviously, which lead into the aerial follow-ups or up tilts, or grabs at low percents. Like down throw could lead to a tech chase at low percents. And then you have Nair. Nair sends them straight up, unless you get the weak hit, and then he'll send them like slightly up. So this is the strong hitbox. This is the strong hitbox of Nair. And then if you get him with like the later part of the cartwheel, you'll get the weak hit. And so Nair is good for sending your opponent upwards in combos. Diddy Kong has a lot of those moves. Like dash attack sends up air sends sideways, which is, oh no. Up air sends sideways, which is like good for setting up for combo enders. So you'd want to like Nair, down air, dash attack for tech chases, into your up airs, and then finally your forward airs. These follow-ups become super easy if you do them after the throw, or after a throw, or after a banana setup. But then again, if they start teching the bananas, you're gonna have to get like a tech read. Oh, dash tech down air still works. Shoutouts to 3.02. Yeah, something that kind of goes into combos. If there's a banana right there and your opponent's right here, you can kind of like push your opponent into the banana. Diddy Kong users tend to have better banana control than most other players, so the other player might not notice where the banana is. You can kind of force them into it, and then they get a trip, and you get either a follow-up or a tech chase. So down tilt, good at like lower or higher percents, at least to a tech chase or a follow-up. Yeah, banana pretty much leads to all of his aerials. So at kill percents you can... How did that go through him? Banana and then forward air. Oh, he fell off the platform, but you get it. Bananas also confirm into smashes if they're not teched, or you could get a tech read and confirm into a smash too, or a tech reaction. So dash tech sends up tilt sends up, Down air sends down, etc. And up air, forward air, and back air sends sideways. Forward air and back air could kind of be used interchangeably. You can start a lot of your combos with forward air and back air, but you usually want to combo into like something that sends them up, like dash attack, grab, down air. Diddy Kong's crouch cancel options. His crouch cancel, down smash, and down tilt are pretty good. That's kind of relevant to combos, but just remember that for the defense section. And right, that's pretty much it in terms of Diddy Kong combos. Now let's go into his recovery. We talked about his up B. You can sweet spot it, you can charge it, go high. But you also have his side B, which is really good for recovering, sending out a hitbox, and then if they get too close, you can get them with a command grab hitbox. Basically, if your opponent starts covering low, you want to start going high. And then if they start waiting on the stage for you to go high and past them, you start sweet spotting the edge. When coming down with Diddy Kong, you have a lot of options. You can B-reverse your banana pull. You can B-reverse peanut. You can air dodge, or up B as a last resort. Like, he has so many options coming down. And edge guarding. So Diddy Kong, all of Diddy Kong has a nice spike. Like, it's mostly invincible when you just like do rising spike off the ledge. It's kind of ridiculous. You can side B to the ledge to cover it with grab armor. This is good for like characters that have to go low to sweep spot, so you get that invincibility, and if they recover into you, then they get command grab. So that's a good edge guard. And of course you have your bananas, your peanuts, your back airs, forward smash. So yeah, that's pretty much. Oh yeah, fast fall dash attack off the stage is godlike for catching low recoveries. Definitely throw a few of those in there every once in a while. Alright, so that should cover it. So basic overview again. Diddy Kong, really versatile character, has amazing aerials and specials, but he falls really fast, so he gets comboed really easily, and he doesn't have the best kill potential, so it hurts him versus like some of the heavier characters. And of course he has his movement speed and stuff. Offensive pressure, you want to utilize the banana to set up some pressure strings, mix up your opponent's shield, and cover options, cover zones of space. So bananas in conjunction with peanuts, really good at covering space. And of course, you have his aerial game in addition. Pressuring shield with shuffle aerials. And then you can confirm off that, usually. Shuffle aerials into jab, to dash away. Yeah. So a lot of defensive mix-ups. Defense, he has his Nair out of shield, really strong option. He has his bananas wherever he chooses to place them. He has an up smash out of shield, very fast, hits behind him. And of course he has all his aerial hitboxes. I think I've been saying of course a lot. Anyway, yep. Recovery, side B and up B. Edge guarding, use all your projectiles. I really like banana throw for edge guarding. Like, you can set up a delayed edge guard, or kind of toss it back and cover a space. This is a tricky setup. So you throw them off, and then you throw the banana, and like, see how as folks zoomed in on Diddy Kong there? He couldn't see where the banana was coming down from. It's so tricky. It'll catch like 99% of people at least once, I guarantee it. So, yep, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this Diddy Kong guide. You can leave me comments below, or tweet at me at ARJunebug. Yeah, hope you enjoyed. Let me know if what other content you'd like to see in the future. This is kind of something I've been wanting to do for a while, and I finally got to do it. So I was pretty happy to, but now I don't really have anything else set in store. I might do a Ganon guide if people are interested. But yeah, this is Diddy Kong. Oh yeah, the most important thing. Okay, how do I do this? I'm trying to get the glasses on. There we go. There we go. This is the most. If you do this, you'll win every match. You gotta do this, and you'll win every match. It's as simple as that. And then you gotta do this time. Yup.